Right off the bat, you guys, I want to just apologize because it's early morning. I'm pretty stuffed up. So, I don't sound the best, I'll say that, but I really want to get this video out because I was able to just take place in the first official DMZ tournament 2 days ago. It was really cool. There was a $30,000 prize pool. If you don't know, it was called the Gauntlet. So there's 16 different captains. I was invited to come play by one of those captains. Her name was Genicles. Go check her out. She's amazing. But in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the tournament went, right? This is an extract royale style game. It's pretty hard to do tournaments like this. Tarkov have been doing their own, and I would say that DMZ tried to do something different, and it was pretty successful. I thought it was a great format. Everyone had fun, but there are some good and bad things, and I would like to talk to you about that today. So first things first, though, let's go talk about how to get points in this tournament. The format style of this tournament to get points was, I thought, fantastic. Now, round 1 and round 2 had different challenges for you, but the whole feeling of how to get points so that you can win round 1 or win the tournament, I thought was fair. It was really smooth, and it was just a good time for, I felt like, all the competitors. So in round 1, you had 2.5 hours to do as many of these challenges as you see in front of you in one raid. So you wanted to just submit your best raid to, the judges, and that's how many points you got for round 1. You had 2.5 hours. It didn't matter like if it was your first raid or your 11th raid or 12th raid, right? So most of the time, your first raid, because you have to kill yourself before you go in, you only have a tier 1 backpack, a tier 1 armor. So usually round 1, you're trying to just snowball, right? You're trying to get the tier 2 at least armor, tier 2 backpack at least, some self revive, stuff like that. Get out, and then you're trying to do as many of these challenges as possible. The best thing is you do look at the challenges at round 1 and you're like, I can do this, right? Like I felt like every single team felt like they can knock off most of these in one raid, and it was super interesting afterwards seeing people trying to do this and trying to get like that perfect storm, right? Like trying to get the juggernaut. You need to kill him, but you want to do it like, say, midway through the raid or near the end, so you don't want anyone else that raid going after him. It was just really, I would say, challenging and fun tournament. It did feel like you were in a tournament, but it didn't feel as sweaty. I would say that because it was all public matches. It wasn't like our team versus Team Swag or J-God, who are like amazing at this game. It was just us versus whoever else was in that raid at the moment, and I really enjoyed that. Actually, it was really fun. Unfortunately, that would lead to some stream sniping on some bigger people, like, again, Swag or J-God, I'm sure have people that want to snipe them and kill them. It does suck, but I like the fact that it was in public servers and it was just us against whoever was in that raid at the current time. The other really cool thing about this tournament was actually that you can see the scoreboard and how to get points and all these challenges, and you can participate at home, right? You and your team could go and try to see how many points they can get in 2.5 hours and almost compete and see how good you guys could do. In other tournaments, like say you're in a Warzone 2.0 tournament, you can't do that kind of stuff, right? You can't be like, oh, I want to see how I stack up against blah, blah, blah. So it was really cool and really bad at the same time, though, and I'll explain why, but everyone could participate, right? You could be with your team of 3 and be like, hey, let's try to do our own version of this. Let's see how many points we would have got in 2.5 hours. And this caused a lot of comments actually being, hey, how are you guys not doing so well? Like my team got 1,000 points. Oh, and I get it. Like Tanner, listen, if you're in the comments below and you're going to explain how easy it is, good for you. Congratulations, Tanner. But you did kind of need a perfect storm sometimes. You did need to have things happen in the right order or spawn in the right location near, say, a helicopter, which would really help you. But it's still cool, the fact that you can participate. Now that most of the time it's a good thing where people are just trying and having fun, but then it does lead to people talking shit also to you, saying how their team were able to get 1,000 points and you guys can only get so many, right? So again, good and bad. I really like it though, in the fact that you can participate, and only every once in a while does it come to bite you in the ass where Tanner comes and becomes, Tanner. I do want to show you round 2 now, those challenges, because if you want to do this at home, I want you to be able to try at least round 1 and then round 2. Round 2, there are definitely, I would say, harder challenges. I really like them. Some of them you'll notice from like doing tasks in the DMZ, they're kind of based off the tasks, but they're just really great. Again, you feel like you can do a lot of these in one raid, and to do a lot of these in one raid, it still feels like a challenge, right? Now, I want to show you guys, I'm just going to switch here, what we got in round 1. So we got actually 18 points. I think the cutoff was like 21 points. So we were short 3 points to make it to the next round. I feel like we did really well, especially because I was the only one that mained DMZ. The other two, who was amazing content creators, by the way. Genticles, her Twitch will be in the description down below, and the Pool Shark, whose Twitch and Facebook will be in the description down below. Both amazing people, but they don't really play DMZ that often. So it was actually, with what we did, I felt like, hey, I felt really happy with how we did, to be honest. I felt really strong about us working as a team. Now, the 2 that I wish we would have gotten was kill the Juggernaut and exfil with a weapons case. Unfortunately, that got done early, so we couldn't really do that because we were waiting for the last chopper, and we wanted to, like, again, have that perfect storm, but it was already gone. So we were like, okay, well, we can't do that one. Fly swatter, we weren't able to find a rocket launcher, which really sucked. That would have been a lot of a help. And yeah, the only ones that we could have done was pretty much, like, by the time we were doing everything, was fly swatter and kill more people and smuggler. And then once smuggler is gone, you know, it's kind of crappy, right? And the same thing, one player ride the train fully around the map. Traveler, that one you probably want to do right away. And because we were already in, like, doing a bunch of stuff, like, once it comes to a certain time in the raid, you're like, well, that you have to pick that one right away to do, right? So we didn't pick that one right away. It would have helped us out a lot. And yeah, you know what, we fell a little short, but I'm still really proud with how it went. To be honest, there's not much that I would change in here, right? Like, I really liked everything about this format. I do feel like if you would have changed Rambo to be a 3-pointer and say Treasure Hunter to a 1-pointer, it would be definitely a different game, because a lot of people would try to do Rambo, which means they do start with no weapons. And I feel like that would have changed a lot of the outcomes. I really do, because a lot of people would go for it, and it would mean, you know, you are handicapped by not having, say, your insured gun. I think that change could have been interesting. Also in the future, I know I'm saying this because I'm a solo DMZ player, but I would love to see a solo tournament. Like, a solo tournament, please give us that. That would be super sweaty and interesting. Also, it would show people that it's actually possible to play this game solo. I know it's not fair because it is meant for 3 people, but it is possible. So, hey, just think about it, Call of Duty. Other than that, though, to be honest, I felt like it was super fair, super fun. I did like that so many people that are big time streamers that usually don't play DMZ showed their audience the game mode. Now, yes, that is a good and bad thing, because some of the bigger people, rumor has it, were kind of angry and didn't like the game mode at all. They didn't practice. You could tell they didn't practice, and they didn't know what it was like. The AI were insane, and it's good and bad thing. But most of the time, I think it is good that they showed their audience this game mode. And again, the game is still very much only in early stages. They're going to be adding to it. They just announced season 2 coming out February 15th. It looks like we're going to get another map in the DMZ. And the other thing I'd like to see added actually in the next tournament is Building 21. You know, there was nothing to do with Building 21. That would have been interesting for, say, a round 2. Like, round 2 being like the top 8 players. Now they have to go into Building 21, which is the harder map. That would have been really cool. But the format of the tournament right away, I'm going to say is super fun. I really liked it. I wouldn't change anything. I liked you had to just have, it was your best run. I really like that format. So yeah, congrats guys. You guys did a great job on this tournament, I feel like. So in the comments down below, if you made it all the way here, I want to hear you know, your 2 cents. What did you guys think as a viewer watching this tournament? Did you like it? Did you like the format? What would you change? Stuff like that. Thank you so much just for watching this video. I really just want to get this out. It's just a quick and dirty video. So thank you guys. And yeah, remember to subscribe to the channel. You know, it's free for you guys. It means the world to me. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.